you guys for coming out. My God, that was incredible. To watch you guys go watch that. That was incredible. Truly, what a gift. Thank you so much, and thank you for everybody who waited in line. That's insane. I appreciate that.
All right, Andrew, tell us, how the hell did you come up with the idea for Friendship?
I don't know. I mean, it was like 5 years ago. I felt like I got burned by someone I wanted to hang out with, but it was just like, it's like I texted them. I didn't hear back for a few days, and I was like, well, I'm fucking trash, and I caught. At the time I was like 38, and I caught myself spinning, and I'm like, God, that's so pathetic, but also like pretty funny, pretty funny. I'm like, oh yeah, what's a breakup story between two middle-aged men look like? So that's what I started to dig into. Yeah.
Feels very intense. I really love there was someone yelling out, "No!" I'm like, yes. Can you talk about what the script writing process was? Was it you were all on your own, or was there some collaboration or any improv?
I wrote it during COVID and sent it to Tim, and he said, let's do it. Yeah. I wrote it as I was writing it. I'm like, I think this could be for Tim. I didn't tell him about it. Then I emailed it to him, and I'm like, I wrote this for you. I want to shoot it like The Master. And he like texted me a few days later, and he's like, cool, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, and he doesn't usually act in other people's projects that he's not making himself, right? So what was it like to get him to say yes, and then actually working with him when he was kind of in a different role than he's used to?
Yeah, I mean, he said yes, and he was on board for a few years, and then we got him there, and he's the best dude in the world, and he cares the most out of anyone. I think that's why he's the best at what he does. And then, yeah, every day we would show up, and he would talk about the lines he didn't like and wanted to change and stuff like that. But mostly it's all there, and he's just the best guy. Yeah.
Okay, how did it work with getting Paul to be, his not best friend?
It took a while. It was crazy. Like, no one really wanted to. It took us like 2 years to get Paul, and then I finally met Paul, and he was like so down, and he's just also such a good dude. So,
They are like perfect foils for each other in some ways. Can you talk about, once like you had this long journey, you finally got them both locked in, you get on set, can you talk about like what their dynamic was like as performers on set? Did they know each other?
Yeah, they knew each other a little bit. I mean, we're trying to shoot this like a drama. That's the whole thing. It's like, play it like a drama. Every moment we should never go for the comedy. Hopefully the comedy comes from the drama and the commitment to it. So that was the goal. It's like, they were playful. Paul's a genius, always had ideas, but it was like, let's get some options and stuff, but always like, how do we make this feel like, Honora? And which I love, God bless. But like, that's the goal. It's like, I think the comedy will hit harder and a little differently, and like the emotion will hit harder, hopefully, yeah.
This movie so much. I sat through, so I saw it again today. I just fucking love it so much, but also I hate it. I love them, but I hate them.
Good. That's great to hear.
It's just so
That's great to hear.
I feel like I'm having a nightmare about it tonight. Can we talk a little bit about Kate Mara? I love her in this. What was it like, bringing her into the mix? She's got a great performance, and the shaping of like how her character would play into this friendship. Yeah,
again, like I wanted to steer away from all comedy. Like, it was nice that Paul can do so much, so that was great. Tim, such a comedian, but is also like Daniel Day-Lewis. He's so, like, his acting is so good. He's incredible. And that's why he hits so hard for people, like, and so like no one else should be a comedian. I know there's a few comedians in there, but like everyone is not, And so that's why I'm like, for Kate, like, let's get someone who's only known for drama, and she's so brilliant.
Yeah, I also think the Paul casting is brilliant because, like, doesn't everyone want to be Paul Rudd's best friend, and also none of us get to be, so... Also, who is Paul Rudd's best friend? We should find this out.
We got lucky. And the Marvel stuff was in the script, and then when he came on, I'm like, oh, it adds this layer that's kind of... kind of a bonus, yeah. And also Kate Mara, after we shot it, I'm like, Kate Mara's in a Fantastic Four, too, right? And I'm like, oh, there's all these, like, superhero layers to it, yeah. Accidentally, yeah.
Okay, so, and this does feel like we've talked a little bit about different from how other comedies are made and how they're shot. Can you talk a little bit about how you worked with the DP to create the visual world that you built for us?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just like, I hate how comedy looks and sounds like, and so every morning I would watch Three Colors Blue. I don't know if anyone knows that movie. Like, I watched a little bit of it, and that we looked to those, like, I mean, I love Terrence Malick, I love, like, you know, these pretentious guys, but I wanted to take some of that into the comedy because I don't see it much, while all still, like, it's comedy first, it's emotion first, and then hopefully we can heighten all the emotion with, like, aesthetic choices, you know.
Yeah, and the music also is so atmospheric. Like, what was the collaboration process with that? Who did you work with on your, obviously, there's one really banger in this soundtrack, but also on the other parts of the score.
Yeah, Keegan DeWitt did the score. I mean, again, it's like what serves the emotion. That was the key. And I like stuff that almost feels like you're high, you know, a little bit, like that kind of feeling that's not pointing you to a direction, but something that's like ineffable. You're trying to reach for it. That's ideally how I like to use the music. Yeah.
I feel like it made me like hold my breath a lot. Where I was like, what's about this?
Sounds like you had a bad time a little bit.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
Nightmares tonight?
No, but I'm laughing. It's like, I feel like there are moments in this that it's so rare. Obviously, this is not about me, but just to hear the people around me reacting, and even for myself, where I was like trying to stifle myself because I was in like a giggle fit that was unstoppable, you know, like where I just couldn't stop crying because I love it. So it's so special. That's what I'm trying to say. And then for the tone, obviously, like we're talking about Nightmare, but also Most Hilarious Time, it's able to ride that really tricky line between hilarious and Nightmare upsetting. Like, how did you do that? It's so hard
Writing
to
the
do
tone.
something like this. Yes.
I mean, I don't know. It's, you follow your gut.
You're just the most amazing filmmaker.
Shut the hell up.
Like, how did you do this? How did you master this?
No, you just play, and Sophie Cora, my editor, incredible, and like my Nick Weidenfeld, my producer, and so many people around like help. That Tim was involved in the edit, and like we really kind of set the tone and stuff together. But yeah, I like the tense stuff. I think the laughs come, like Killing of a Sacred Deer is a huge movie for me, and like so it's also so funny because you have to laugh the tension off, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's like I have to go for jokes that are kind of hacky a little bit because I just like invest in the tension and you get laughs out of that. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also seeing a little bit of maybe like the worst version of yourself, or like he's like, oh, it's my friend. I gotta take this call, and he's like so self-satisfied.
Yeah, I did as I wrote it. I'm like, okay, this character does what we can't. You know, it's like it's cathartic. It's like let's watch a guy who can't control himself like we can. Most of us can. You know, so that's the goal for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm jealous of him.
You can do it. You can go crazy. You can do it too.
Okay, yes, and also this is kind of in a unique space. There actually aren't that many films about male bonding in general, but there's definitely not that many about kind of the conflict and that gone wrong a bit. So can you talk about, you know, the themes of connection, isolation, and like what, besides the friend that didn't want to be your friend anymore, what was important to you about exploring?
Ran into them recently and we caught up, so FYI.
So they want to be your friend now, I bet, after they see this movie.
Yeah, they don't know who they are, so they'll never know. I can't give them that satisfaction. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. To speak on the themes, I mean, I don't know, we all know we all know what it's like to want to be liked by someone and spin out of control trying to get it, and so, you know, just digging into that stuff, you know.
You wanted to take us all deep into that place.
We gotta look at it, for sure, yeah.
Well, I hope that we can be friends after this, and we so appreciate you being here for this film and sharing it with this audience, especially here. We hope you had a blast. Tell all your friends.
Thank you guys so much. Truly, you're all the best.
And vote for the Audience Awards. Vote for the Audience Awards. Tell all your friends. Put it on Letterboxd everywhere.
Thank you.